Ryan Sieg at 39 also jumping out there in the outside lane. He's up to second. To the start, keep an eye on the 11 of Justin Haley. We're on board with him here.
Clint, you know how easy it is to spin your tires. And if you spin your tires, that's what's going to happen. You're going to get bumped from behind.
Yeah, and you got to be careful right there. As the that are loose and really holding on, maybe letting a Kyle Busch go by. He knows what to expect. More importantly, the communication through his crew chief and everything else, they all have that knowledge of the Cup cars, air pressures, all those things to get the grip. These other guys, they need this adjustment. They need to get to this competition caution so they can make some good adjustments and get that thing comfortable. Because trust me, you do not, the track is enough uncomfortable. You do not want a setup that is loose and a handful at a track like this.
What about the start of the season, and particularly today for Ryan Sieg? Another example of this team really having their act together in 2020. He's closing in on Noah Gragson, battling for the lead as Kyle continues his march to the front. The 39 car, Sieg, he's all over Gragson. Can he take advantage of this traffic and move around Gragson?
That's the 99 of Mason Massey going a lap down.
Man, that's a tough place to be.
Where do you go, Mikey?
Yeah.
Can't go high, can't go low. There's one on both sides. And I feel like that's a spotter's. You know, obviously these drivers need to know that the leaders are coming, and more important, if they're coming that fast, how to get out of their way. But to be running side by side when those leaders are coming like that, that's putting yourself and your driver in a bad situation.
I want to make sure everybody understands how this competition caution is going to work. It's considered by NASCAR a modified competition caution because there was no practice or qualifying. As we said, these guys having in over 10 weeks, there will be 2 opportunities for every one of these cars to get onto pit road. They will
this evening, watching the weather and things like that, the temperature of these cars, how much tape you can put on it. This 15 laps gives these crews enough opportunity to know how much they can get away with and how much they can't.
What about our Xfinity drivers, though? They've accomplished something the Cup boys could. They hadn't run into anything yet. We saw cautions on the first lap.
God, you said a caution was coming out. Where is it?
We told you that everybody can come down pit road twice under this competition caution. The first time cars are on pit road for the first time, and the race may be won or lost here today, Regan.
Well, it could absolutely be won or lost. A very short race, so every stop is going to be critical, especially this one, to get your handling correct with your race car. The 9 car, Noah Gragson right now, they built in some big adjustment to this race car to try and be able to make whatever swings they needed to right here. You see them taking their time.
As long as they don't get any penalties. Gragson Sieg on the front row here, fellas.
Good matchup. Ryan Sieg's been very strong early in this race. And look back on row 2. There's Here we go, Clint. Listen to this. I'm here, and I'm going to win this race. Great competition.
But if you're Kyle Busch, that's a great comment there, Mikey. If you're Kyle Busch, he's trying to figure these kids out too, right? He doesn't know where they're going to go or how aggressive they're going to be, how they're going to race him. That's one thing that I can't appreciate about Kyle that I've experienced over the last couple races here. It's going to be interesting to see who's got the old wedge wrench out here come, 2 laps.
Yeah, and we're going to see live pit stops. Who's able to make some ground on the pit road.
Final lap, stage number 1. Gragson leading the way. Then it's Chastain, Sieg, Kyle Busch, Austin top 5. Right now in line for the final stage point. Second-year driver Justin Haley. This is the battle for third, coming off of turn 4, back to that green and white checkered flag. Noah Gragson.
I tell you, it doesn't matter if you're in the seat or sitting here watching this in the studio calling the race. I get so excited when you start talking about being on the race.
Team position, and surprising to me, he's not been better in this race. Ooh, sideways with Sieg.
Yeah, and here comes Chase Briscoe around Sieg. We saw Sieg heating up Noah Gragson for the lead earlier, and now he's slipping back. Loses another position there to Austin Cindric in the 22. Not so fast, Mike. I haven't lost this position yet.
You know, going back to Harrison Burton, though, can you imagine, Mike, being on this racetrack, never seeing this racetrack, hearing your dad, yes, he's won 100 races here. He's the man. He's the legend. I hear all that, Dad, but I've never seen it. I've never experienced it firsthand. I guarantee if you zoom in, you can see the whites of his eyes right now.
What about this racing he's looking out his windshield? That was a great battle between Sieg and Cindric. Cindric prevailing off turn 2, and will he hold off Sieg? He battles back on the bottom.
Burton loses a spot right behind him. That was Michael Annett in the 1 who jumps back up to the 9th position.
Yeah, Michael Annett had a shaky start at him, but that car's been coming forward since then.
Took advantage of those
Of his teammate Noah Gragson for the 3rd spot.
taking advantage of that 2-month break. You know, reset button, needing a reset button. I was watching some of his social media stuff. He's been out working in the field, helping things back home. Those are the things you need. When you get beat up and you're down, you got to try to find a happy spot and get yourself back, you know, situated in a good spot. And certainly is, and right here on the racetrack as well.
And he's a dad now as